Hey, this is Tim Adair, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of Career Site Builder, some of our launch goals, our future goals, and then I'm going to give you a demo of the application. So when we initially wanted to launch Career Site Builder, we had a number of things in mind, and one of the main goals was self-serve for clients, self-serve for consultants, and building out an application that would allow non-technical users to create the site and then also update the site. We also wanted to have a scalable platform and be able to make updates behind the scenes without having clients needing to pay for those updates. And we wanted to make sure that the platform could scale as we needed it to without having to rely on technical resources and then the requirement to bill clients to make updates to the platform. And we've successfully accomplished that with Career Site Builder, where we do have a scalable platform. Making updates behind the scenes will not cost clients, and it's not a billable event. We also wanted to have the ability to quickly launch sites using site kits and have a content delivery network for images. So this allows sites to be built quickly and then also the images and content to be delivered effectively and efficiently around the globe. Content delivery network will serve images based on where the user is at, so they quickly load in the browser. The next item was around translation management. So Career Site Builder manages all of the front-end translations through a UI. So there's no need to go to a technical team. This can all be managed and updated in real time. We also chose to have a focus on dynamic layouts. And in the next release, we will have dynamic job layouts, and I will go through that in more detail. Also, all of the components are managed by product management and engineering. So when we roll out new features, they can be quickly turned on, or features can be turned off in the application. Brand management is also built into Career Site Builder, so all brands can be managed. In a future release, we are planning to enable self-serve user permissions, so specific brands and parts of the site can be managed by specific teams. And then everything is always responsive, so anything we build is going to work on any device. In the future, we plan to do things around custom landing page forms to capture additional information from candidates. We want to enable third-party components, so third parties can build applications that sit on top of Career Site Builder. We also want to continue to enhance the custom design controls so client sites look just like a corporate brand. And then user personalization on the front end. So this is connected to our dynamic job layouts. We want to have dynamic layouts throughout the site and that can be personalized to specific users. Also continuing to build out our different libraries of headers, footers, and site kits so those can be applied to different brands as our clients continue to grow out their sites. And then dynamic page layouts, so expanding our dynamic job layout concept throughout the whole site. So dynamic page layouts would allow us to have not a platform-driven kind of template. This is a dynamic layout that can be customized to what is needed for your brand. Career Site Builder and Mobile Apply were built to work together. So all of the branding that is implemented in Career Site Builder works with Mobile Apply. So everything that you see in the header area will follow the user all the way through the apply experience. And this is a huge advantage because if you have multiple different brands, that experience sticks through with the user throughout the whole apply workflow. There's no additional configuration needed in any other part of the application. And all of the different areas of the site can be customized, from the logo in the menu to background images, text colors. We also have the ability with our August release to have custom fonts. So if you own a custom font, you can upload that font and that can be used in any area across the site. All of the labels and colors can be customized. Labels can be changed using our translation management tool. And obviously all of the images throughout the site can be uploaded and changed when needed. So everything you see on the front end of a site can be edited using Career Site Builder. No need to go back to a central team. Everything can be done by a non-technical user. So what I'll do now is get into the actual Career Site Builder admin. And what I'm going to talk about will be just around high-level settings, and we'll get into how a page is built out, and then we can explain some of the how translations will work. Okay, so under global settings, we have all of these high-level settings that can be applied across the site. So font size, vertical, horizontal padding, this is how the components will fit together. All of these things can be changed just through drop-downs. When we add custom fonts can be uploaded through this UI and then they're visible here. We have full customization over header and footers, so the different header style can be applied and changed here if we wanted it to be centered or full width. And then we can add different social links, and this would be in the footer. And these are added quickly and then can be reorganized via drag and drop. You enter the URL here and then that icon is displayed. Search can be customized, so different settings for the search across the site, and we also have the ability with a recent enhancement around pick list search, and this allows for multiple drop downs to be displayed on the front end based on data pulled from the jobs in the system. So this is a front end search that is normalized so that we can show the user the data that's in the job index for the site. Customizations for job pages, customizations for the social sharing, and for the front end site banner. So this was a cookie banner, can be turned on or off, and we can manage the content that is displayed there. And then also a site kit, applying a site kit across the site. This is more for the beginning of a site build. We currently have 3 different setups, and it's not a template, it's not a theme, it's just a starting point within our application. Global styles allows us to customize different brands. So you see all the different brands that are active under global styles and all of these different areas that we can customize. Search, header, footers, and we can change the colors. So we've taken all of the different elements across the site and applied colors to them. And then you can have all of your colors saved in the palette, or if you want to add a new color, you can quickly add a color, select the color, it's added to the color palette, and then we can save that here. So that's global styles and headers. So if we look at headers, you can see that we have locales here, and the locales are will be visible throughout the whole site. So this structure on the left here allows different languages and different brands to be customized in different ways. So if you wanted to have different settings for your Germany or German locale, you can do that, and you can have a different look and feel for the header for your main brand in German. Okay, so within each of the locales and brands, we can set up different logos and menus. So I'm in the header for English in the main brand, and I have a basic set of menu items that can be customized. We can change the order of them via drag and drop, and we can also upload different logos based on the brand and have different URLs. So when you click on the logo, you can take the user to different locations. So we have the same setup in footers. So footers, I'm in English and I'm in the main brand, and we can have the basic outline of the links. We also have a column footer, and the column footer is more in line with what corporate brands have. So we can have a list, and we can name this menu 1. And then we can add a list of pages that we want to include here. So it could be a category link, and we can have engineering jobs, and we add that. And then we want to add another category page, so we add info tech jobs. We hit OK, and now we have this column that will be built out, and that would be visible on the front end in the footer for this specific locale, for this specific brand. So that's the overview of global settings. Now, home pages, content pages, and category pages are all very similar. We always have this structure on the left with locale and brand, so you can always drill into the specific home page that you want. And now you see the home page setup. All of the components will be configured for desktop, tablet, and mobile. You could definitely configure for desktop only, or tablet only, or mobile only. So what that means is that you could have a different look and feel and different components active for each device. So we'll look at everything that's active currently, and we could add a new component. So we have all of these components available today. We plan to add more in the future, and everything that is included in a component can always be turned on or off. So whether it's switches to turn on different configuration or images that need to be uploaded, these are always accessible to the user, and they can update anything within the component when needed. So if we wanted to add a Google Map, we would click on Google Map, and then it would be added to the end of the site. If we wanted to move it up, we just click the up arrow, and then it moves it up on the site. If we wanted to configure that, we drill into the component, and we can change different settings on this component and different colors as needed. So all of the components have their own setup. If we look at this 2-column component, we can see the style, so the header, body text, background. We can upload an image, how the image is laid out, and then the details. So the text, header text, the body text, and all of the text has different configurations. So you can change the font size. Same with body text, where we can adjust font and font size. And we're adding additional functionality for all of these soon to allow different alignment for header text on all components. So that's home pages. Content pages is nearly identical. It's just where they're laid out on the site. So when we create a content page, we create it in the same way, and we create it within a language and a brand. And all these pages have the ability to delete. We can duplicate the whole page. We can edit the meta tags, or we can quickly add a new page. So if we want to add a new content page, we can name it Sales, and now that new page is active in the site for English under the main brand. And then once it's completely saved, then we would be able to edit that. So you see the page is active. We want to add a component. We can start building out the page very quickly. We just start clicking on components, and they're active on the site. If we wanted to, we click save, and then we could actually preview the site live. So it can be that quick to build out a new page on the site. Category pages is set up in a very similar manner to content pages and home pages. Category pages, though, are created initially in the Command Center tool. And this is something that eventually we want to be able to allow that to be edited and created here, but we can take the existing active pages and we can add components to them in the same way that you can on other pages. The one thing that's unique about the category pages is that any content that was created in Command Center could be visible on these pages, and we have this category header text component that pulls in any content that was created in Command Center. The search grid configuration is very robust. It allows the search page on the site to be configured in many different ways. You can configure the relevance search, so that's a standard search, or distance. So if you have radius search turned on, we can configure all of the different pieces of data that are visible. Also with mobile, and we can include the different elements that are active for mobile, and then also add additional ones fairly easily. If we want to remove, just click remove, save, and it's live on the front end. The import and export is really for moving from stage to production or pushing back from production to stage. So it exports all of the functionality in an XML file, and it can be imported into the other instance. So translations is a full listing of all of the active locales for this specific site, plus all of the elements that we have included that can be customized. So you can see the active locales for the site, and if we have English and German, for example, then we can see all of the different areas on the site where we can change this text. So if we wanted to just look at English, for example, we could only turn off the German and view English. And if we wanted to change this login button, we click on the login and we change it to enter and confirm, and now that specific element on the front end won't say login anymore, it would say enter. So it's easy as that, and there's an import and export for this functionality as well, so you can move this from stage to production. So on the front end of the site, what Career Site Builder will render is a full site that could look something like this. And as the different components are edited and changed, you hit save and you can view all of the changes live on the front end. So as you're changing translations or you're creating new pages or updating colors, you'd be able to see it in real time as things are changed. And the search grid, when it's customized, you can easily see that and see the changes that are being made and what has been pushed live. And then in the one unique thing that we are releasing very shortly is the ability to customize these job pages. And job pages in the past have been fairly static, pretty much the same. The unique thing that we're doing in a future release is this ability to have different layouts for a job page. So here's some mock-ups of what that could look like. We could have the title over on the left, image on the top, and the job description below that. And the way these would be rendered would be through a dynamic element that the client would choose. So if we wanted to have all of the jobs that were in a certain category, like sales, for example, to have this type of layout, we could automatically apply that. Or it could be slightly different, where we've got an image on the left with the title on the left and the job description on the right, or switched around and have a video displayed on the job page, or the opposite. So you can see there's a lot of different ways to configure this, and this is not done in a manual way where you have to apply this to each individual job. This is done dynamically. So as new jobs come into the system, these layouts are applied automatically to the specific jobs. Okay, so thanks for reviewing Career Site Builder with me. Again, these are some of our launch goals and our future goals. Check back often for new updates on things that we'll be releasing. Thanks a lot.